My name is Art Chandra. I'm a small farmer near Neely, Nebraska. I raise corn, soybeans, and rye. It is time for this country to move forward on renewable fuels. Climate change is very real. It is starting to have a negative effects on agriculture. We need to end our reliance on fossil fuels. Expanding the use of ethanol and biodiesel will help get us there. As citizens that are concerned about the earth we live on and we leave for our grandchildren, my wife and I have taken steps to help preserve our planet. Several years ago, we started using no-till farming methods to capture carbon and build soil health. We utilize soil sensors to preserve the water as we irrigate our crops. Solar panels provide most of our farm's electrical needs. An electric hybrid car significantly reduces our reliance on fossil fuels. We use ethanol in our pickup. Biodiesel is used when we can get it. Times have changed. This country can no longer be fossil fuel dependent. Renewable fuels are part of the answer. The mandate needs to be raised to 15%. Increased biofuels will be utilized if they're available at the pump. Every gallon of renewable fuel is one less gallon of a fossil fuel product. American farmers can produce both abundant food and fuel. This country has the opportunity to move forward with advanced biofuels, biomass-based diesel, and cellulosic biofuels. We need to increase the biofuel standards so that companies can invest and farmers can step up to the plate and produce the raw materials. Thank you.
Hi there, my name is Jane Klebb, and I am with a group called Bold, Nebraska. Big oil is anti-farmer. Always has been, always will be. Whether it's trying to shove a tar sands pipeline in a farmer's field so when it bursts it destroys their livelihoods, or whether it's trying to decrease the amount of ethanol that's blended with the gasoline at the pump, big oil is anti-farmer. The good news is the EPA has stood with family farmers for generations. Whether it's coming up with solutions to save water, or working with the Department of Agriculture to encourage no-till farming, practices like that farmers of everybody in this room and across the state of Nebraska do, help combat climate change and help save our land and water. We have the ability to grow America's energy, whether that's with biofuels, whether that's with solar, or whether that's with wind. So for decades, big oil has had their boot on our necks. And it's a really crystal clear way that the EPA can help lift that boot off of our family's neck. It's to raise the Renewable Fuel Standard. That is a power shift that will significantly change not only our rural communities, but will actually start to prove that we can combat climate change. Thank you.
The ethanol industry has provided great opportunities. Opportunities for the next generation of family farmers, opportunities for rural America, and opportunities for our environment. Now we just need you, the EPA, to step up and continue to provide opportunities for consumers and increase choices at the fuel pump. You have heard from many today, and my message will be the same. Support the original intent of Congress and the people, and don't mess with the IRFS.
My name is Vern Jansen. I'm the Vice President of the Nebraska Farmers Union. Thank you for this opportunity to share my organization's view of the recent EPA announcement for 2014, 2015, and 2016 ethanol production targets. As Vice President, it is my job today to present the testimony of the Nebraska Farmers Union that represents 5,671 farm and ranch families and has been championing their interests for 102 years. Nebraska Farmers Union continues to be the state's leading advocate for all kinds of renewable energy, development and utilization, including our efforts to establish the Nebraska Ethanol Board that began in the mid-1960s. EPA's proposed ethanol production targets are not consistent with the administration's efforts to reduce the carbon emissions that drive global warming, not consistent with the intent of Congress, not consistent with our nation's efforts to improve air quality, and not consistent with the needs of production agriculture and rural America that is facing a dramatic downturn in commodity prices for corn. EPA's proposed production targets for our ethanol industry and our nation's corn producers and the rural communities that we live in. We urge EPA to pull back their proposed rule and stick with the 15 billion gallon targets for 2015 and 2016. Thank you again for the opportunity to testify today.
My name is Dr. Scott Williams. I serve as the Managing Director of the Omaha Biofuels Cooperative, a member-owned and operated group with the mission to produce, use, and promote biofuels in order to reduce the use of fossil fuels. We work with local restaurant partners to collect used cooking oil and recycle it into biofuels, including biodiesel. The members of our cooperative do the work to produce our fuel, and the members can then use our fuel in our own cars, trucks, and other engines. We started doing this 7 years ago because we need better fuel, and it just isn't available where we live and work. Biofuels are better. Our fuels are clean burning, renewable, locally produced, non-toxic, non-flammable, non-volatile, non-carcinogenic, biodegradable, and carbon neutral. By contrast, out of that entire list, petroleum fossil fuels don't meet a single one of those descriptions. I thank you for organizing this hearing today, all of you from the EPA, the Environmental Protection Agency. And I'm asking you to do your duty to the mandate of your namesake, to protect the environment. The way to do this is simple. Raise the RFS.